it's very sensual,
so
very beautiful. It's like it's a complete. You know, when you listen to music and you're like, okay, that's goosebumps. All right.
Oh, really?
That is the kind of energy that is being exuded even as you perform. It is so flawless. It feels easy, but I know it's hard. I know it's hard work that goes into it. So we are so happy to have you on the show, Ms. Polaris.
I'm so happy that
Welcome.
you guys feel like that about the song.
It is so
You
good.
know, I remember going into studio that day, and I told the producer is Dilly. Shout out to Dilly, House of Dilly, at House of Dilly. And I went into studio and I was like, Dilly, I want to be an R&B babe.
Hey,
Okay,
let's
okay.
go. Let's go.
And he was like,
Executed
I
it.
mean, okay.
Say less.
Okay. And then so he started like, tinkering as producers, usually I don't know what they do. It just looks like Greek to me. But he was just doing stuff. And as he was creating the music, I was listening and, writing also, like, so that when he finished, I could put something. And I remember we left the studio at like 1 a.m. that
Yeah.
day. And let me tell you, a good producer makes everything come together. Like putting, like ties everything together. And that experience was amazing.
And you could tell. We could tell. Work was
You
put
could
in.
tell?
We
Oh,
could tell.
it was.
Yeah.
It's I was trying something new. I was not used to writing in studio. I used to write at home and then go to studio when I have a finished product. But then, when you're in studio, first of all, you're writing in front of an audience, whether it's an audience of one or an any. But I realized I need to get out of that shell that I don't want to write in front of people. I mean, sometimes you will not have a choice. So, like, get used to that.
The pressure.
So I was like, just challenge yourself, just see what you can do. And a thing I told myself is, when I go to do, I want to come up with something. I don't care what it is, I want to come up with something.
Yeah.
So I pushed myself so hard, and when this was the end product, oh my God.
It
We are
feels
happy.
so, it's
What?
perfection in itself.
It was amazing.
But before we go so ahead and forget to actually introduce
Oh,
you,
sorry.
I think it's very
Yappa-yapping.
vital. No. It pretty much is a description of who you are.
Yeah.
But I feel like if for someone who's not heard your music or they're seeing you for the first time, how would you describe yourself?
Oh. Okay.
Imagine
how
it's
would
the
I describe
Grammys.
myself?
Yeah.
You're on top there.
Name.
The announcer
Okay.
is giving a description of you. What is this description at the Grammys that they are giving?
Okay, so first I'd be like, so my name is Polaris Pauline. I am a singer, songwriter, recording and performing artist. Based here, Kenya. And I was not Polaris for a while. I was Pauline
Okay.
for most of my life. I became Polaris in 2020. My friend gave me that name because of if you watch X-Men, Magneto has a daughter who's like possessed by. She's called Polaris, but Polaris is also the North Star.
Yes.
So it's that star that gives people direction and everything. I was like, that kind of worked out. It
It did.
So I'm a dreamer. I'm a huge dreamer. I love dreaming. I will dream my days away. Oh my God, I love dreaming because I feel like nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, and it has happened to me. So that's why I know that anything is possible.
Yeah.
I've done music for more than 10 years, I think now.
Wow.
Yeah, I started like officially, professionally at Sauti Academy in 2012, I guess.
Yeah.
2012, 2013, thereabout.
Okay.
And then I was in a girl group called Q. We had this song called Mwana Ke. Caught me by surprise. Sikudhani kuwa itakuwa hivi. Yeah. And then at some point around 2017 we went our separate ways. And then in 2020 I came back solo as Polaris. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how would you describe your music? Because listening to this song right now, as in there's a soulful vibe. You've said you wanted to just do R&B. How would you describe what you put out? The projects that you share with everyone.
Okay, I feel like generally I feel like my songs have an element of vulnerability. This song that I've just sung, this one was basically just me hitting on a guy. Like, guys are not hit on enough, in my opinion. Like, they also need to know that they're fine.
Yeah.
Kile anadu.
Yeah, like, unakaa fiti.
Unakaa smart.
And it's not like in your simp era, you're just spitting on
and
someone.
Like, you know,
Expression.
I feel like we should all just stop pretending
Yeah.
that we are all gangsters out here
Ay, kuna.
and just be real, man.
Girl, you gonna make me text.
Be in love.
I mean, do not blame me.
You won't take accountability for that.
No, I will not.
Yeah.
But it has an element of vulnerability. I wear my feelings on my sleeves. Like, my feelings are always here, and I never shy away from showing my feelings. And I feel like when I write, if I want to give people, if someone cannot describe what they're feeling, I want to give them
The words.
to describe exactly what they're feeling. I want someone to listen to my song and be like, oh my God, that is exactly, I mean, what I feel right now.
Yeah.
I would have done my job if, you know, if people felt like that. So that is one element of my writing. Another one is basically experimentation. Many people know me as an Afro house singer, actually, because I took a chance. I dreamt. Yeah. And I dared and I pushed myself, and I got a song with Prince KB from Ise, and the song kind of just blew up by itself. You know,
Wow.
I didn't expect it to happen like that. It was just a Twitter thing to me. So that showed me that, oh my God, like if I just believe, if I don't doubt myself in like that a small minute, just don't doubt yourself. Just do what you're thinking, just do what you're feeling. It's gonna be fine. So there's experimentation also.
Okay.
So that's basically, because I just love music.
Yeah.
If I feel the groove, if I feel something, I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna sing it. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, basically.
But it seems like experimentation is not new to you, and shooting your shot is not new to you. You wrote an anthem for your school. Like,
Oh, you know about that?
like how are you now acting like this is new? Like, girl, you've been talented. How did it happen?
Do you know, I had even forgotten about that until like 10 years later. I'm like, these people are singing this song. I know this song. And when they sing it, I'm like, I remember writing this song. It didn't hit me that I actually wrote the anthem. I had confidence issues like for a very long time. Like, I mean, I still have confidence issues. But
We all do.
Adulting.
But we push
But it's
through.
not as bad as it was Kitambo.
Okay.
So I didn't give myself the credit. I gave other people the credit for that. Yeah.
What?
In my mind, other people wrote that song because I asked my friends to help me. But I didn't realize that I'm actually the person who put it together.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I'm like, oh my God. And that's actually the first song like I ever wrote.
And you put out there.
And
How
they-
old
and
were
they're still-
you?
And I was 16.
16
they
year
still
old.
sing- and I
National-
still
the
sing
school
it
anthem.
today.
How amazing
Yeah.
is that?
But like one of my dreams is just to go back
Yeah.
and sing it to them like at a
Perform
school
it,
anthem
yeah.
or something. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna be very happy.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
And I think additionally there is the element of you've done music with so many creative people. Like, again, shooting your shot doesn't seem to be new to you either. You've done songs with MDQ. You've done songs with I've seen I forget her name. Yes, Mayonde. Like, all beautiful artists. I can only imagine how that. Describe to us that feeling of sitting down and writing music with Mayo and all these other creative beasts in this industry.
Okay, first I'll just shooting a shot is one of the scariest things you're ever gonna do.
Like the worst they could say is no.
I mean,
But before you get there,
no,
you
you know, no,
out.
you go in knowing that the worst they could say is no. But it is still very scary.
True.
Courage.
Taking that step. But I think I realized the thing with me is I do it regardless. Because I'd rather the pain of being told no than the pain of regret.
True.
The pain of regret is. There's this quote. What is this, guys? Like something. What tweet is like, of all the words of this word and pen, the worst is it could have been something like that. Like regret is
Yeah.
the worst feeling
Yeah.
you can never get. So I'd rather avoid that if I
Yeah.
can. Let me just go the other route if I could. So collabing with this with MDQ and when first of all it was a dream come true. These are people I was listening to before I even knew that what kind of musician I wanted to be. I was watching them, and the day before I met Monday, like this. I was literally listening to her album the day before.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna meet her the next day. I was like, oh my God. What it taught me is, first of all, Kenya has amazing artists.
Yeah.
So amazing. I feel like we need to put more like spotlights on achana na cloud chasers and everyone, because I feel like we just like
Focus on
glorifying,
real
people
music.
who are just doing things for the shock factor.
Yeah.
And then like real musicians get lost in the noise. But Kenya has amazing artists and the power of collaboration. Learning from like two giants like that. I cannot even, let me tell you, this EP would not have been what it was if I had not gone into studio with them.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember Mudhoni told me one of the lessons I learned, like the biggest lessons, I think I just used to be too much in my head. And one day she was like just write the way you talk. Why are you thinking so much about this? And once she said that, like, it's like
Liberation.
Oprah Nasamanga aha moment.
Yeah.
It was my aha moment. I was like, oh my God, that's like the simplest thing I could ever do. You know, like just write the way you talk.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And I finished all these songs. I just go into studio.
Yeah.
2-3 hours, we're done. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how? And I was so grateful for that lesson.
Yeah.
Writing with others, just seeing how
Their processes.
the process. Everyone has a different process, baby. You know, at first, definitely it's gonna take time for all your processes to like gel, but it's not gonna take that long because you're friends. I mean, it's not gonna take that long. At the end, mtaelewana. But the way they structure themselves, the way the way they see themselves, the way they write about themselves, the way they write about others, the way they do. I was so grateful to be in that space.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that definitely shaped me and made me grow more as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about your latest EP, Tufanye. Yeah.
Tufanye is...
We've gone through the process. So now,
You've learned your lessons.
the inspirations.
Oh, inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much because
Say
someone might watch me.
it. Say it.
The worst
Someone
you
might
could do
catch
is send you a
feelings.
video.
Say it. Say Emma.
Okay, so I feel like at this point,
Yeah.
I had like a lot of anger built up in me.
But it's an outlet.
It is an outlet. Tufanye EP. Okay, so first it's called Tufanye because I feel all the songs have an element of like, tutafanya. What will we do? Whether it's love, whether it's lust, whether it's anger, whether it's kiburi, whether it's anything. Tufanye seems to sum everything up. So that's why I call the EP Tufanye. Even though there's a song called Tufanye.
Yes, the first song.
Yeah. Which, I love. I was trying to channel Tony Braxton in that song.
Girl,
I mean, it didn't work.
did it?
You know what?
I feel like, no, honestly, I kind of feel like if she actually sang that song, I feel like she would make it better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I drew inspiration from my own experiences and from other people's. I usually, and sometimes, okay, and also like made up experiences, but
Yes.
just like one song.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say which. I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Toboa.
it's
I don't-
okay. Let
Okay,
it
okay,
be
full,
mysterious.
full disclosure.
Yes.
There's a song called Me and You. It's like a love song.
But you peke yake ndio wako
What
fiction.
will do,
The rest
what
ni
will
true.
do. Okay, it's not 100% fiction. It's
Okay.
like 90% fiction.
Okay.
A guy smiled at me.
Uh-huh.
He just smiled.
The Lulu.
You know what? I get it.
That was it.
I
The
get
Lulu,
it.
the Solulu.
I understand.
I was in studio. I worked with So Fresh. And then he at that point was overthinking. Everything is like, dude, just don't overthink. Just, And I remember that smile. And the first words were like, I'm down. I'm down to the ocean floor.
Hey.
And then it just took itself from there. I was like,
Wow.
what will do? What will do?
How
Sometimes
do
it
you?
happens like that.
does.
Just imagining what you're going to do.
It does.
Tufanye was definitely anger about like a breakup. Okay, it wasn't anger, it was confronting. Like if you're talking to someone about your situation, in my mind that's what an argument would be like. There's a song called Sitaki. Now that one is anger.
Okay, straight up.
That is straight up anger. This person who pissed me off heavily. And I was like, do not come back telling me anything. That's what I channeled into that song.
Omera.
Phone sitaki. Hiyo ilikuwa tu as in kila mtu amesumbuliwa na baba hapa nje.
True that.
Like Jesus Christ, man.
I feel like you're calling me out, by the way.
This album is giving a huge description.
As in,
I'm going through the motions.
as in ni ile ngoma ya kiburi. Unamwambia Omera phone sitaki. Na simu mimi sipigi.
Exactly.
Emergency sishiki. Ukiniita mimi sikuji.
We-
Lakini at some point bado utaenda.
Utaenda tu. It is what it is.
Uka had to get kidogo.
Lazima.
But utaenda, but you don't wanna look like
Yeah, like I'm not running, like you know,
Kwani
work.
watu wamezoea tu kukol masaa tu za shetani.
When it's convenient for them.
That's the only time they know when to, then that's when they remember you.
Demon time.
This is this one is that one.
Yeah.
After marriage was what? Wallahi.
Wallahi.
Oh, bro. Wallahi. Someone ghosted me. Someone ghosted me.
Is we sisters?
I feel like your kids. There's a lot of.
We're going through it. Pretty.
So the story.
Ricky, when I catch you.
So someone ghosted me.
Yeah.
Like out of the blue. Like what is wrong with people, bro?
Yeah.
Just say you don't want to talk anymore.
I mean,
Is that so hard?
It's not.
I was like, no.
what's this?
And then they resurfaced.
Don't they always?
And
And don't they
me-
always?
The simp that I am.
The Lulu.
I was like, siwezi mind tukienda drinks.
Okay.
Walai.
Okay.
Na beshte yangu bado haja kumeet. Walai.
Okay.
Wapi ulienda for real?
Well,
So in the same breath, you're like, ulienda wapi but bado.
but kuja ni sawa. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Bado tuende drinks.
We discussed it to discuss kwenye drink.
Tuende drinks tuongee juu hiyo kitu.
Yeah.
When you
Bado,
drink, someone
ulienda
drinks.
wapi?
Uh-huh.
And then the second verse, I'm trying to act like, hey, my heart is there, my pride is there, don't play, don't even
Dignity.
dare. You don't play fair, so hey,
Uh-huh.
there's something here, there's something there. Of late, it's like a different kind of weather, like you're looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
Yeah.
But then you're saying there's something there. Like there's nothing,
Like
here.
you, but go to hell.
Yeah, like there's nothing here, but you kind of, you're just grasping
It's
at,
like an actual
at straws. You
mental
just
struggle
you
of
know-
like I'm here. I really like you, but you really messed me up. But like you're coming back. Maybe we need to. It's like a mental struggle. It's a juggle
It
in
will
your
be different
head.
this time.
Uko like by the way, here we are.
it will be different this time. You said it.
Exactly. This time is
I
different.
mean, you know it's not gonna be different this time. But you're kind of wishing.
You're hoping,
That's the
praying.
Lulu song of my level.
I'm telling you, yeah.
How is it that someone just ghosts you for like a year and then when they come back you're like, says you meant to get drinks?
It's
What
scam.
kind of a hold do they have on
It's
you?
a
I used
scam.
to judge people, but no more.
It's a
No,
scam.
I get
You
it.
know, I can
Love
never
is a
say
scam.
it be me. It be me.
Exactly.
It be me a lot of times.
The moment you have the confidence to hit on a guy, actually, the moment you actually talk yourself into being able to hit on a guy, you will be that person. It will happen to you.
It will happen.
It will happen by default.
And then, you know, men. Men just be doing men.
They're not good people, to be honest.
And then you're still attracted to these same men.
You're crazy.
And then unado, that's pure lust. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounded good
That
though.
was pure lust.
It sounded good though.
Yep.
And I love that this is such a beautiful body of work. I keep asking people, I think as we are getting into listening to Fanye, is there like a system you want them to listen to it? Is it like you know, sometimes you break it down, sikiza hapa, then wende hapa, then wende hapa, then wende. Do you want to listen to
actually,
people?
venye imefuatana tu
Yeah?
ndio nataka tu asikie.
Okay.
There's actually a structure to it. Because even on the track list, I've written like in brackets what like Tufani is a breakup, Stack is anger, Omera is pride,
Walai,
illusion,
and then
Unadu is
Unadu.
lust, then me and is love.
Okay.
It's a cycle because after love, then you break
You
up,
go back.
and anger, then
Yep,
it's like
yep.
a cycle. No, Nairobi, bro.
Yeah.
Love
That's
it.
a cycle.
You've said you've been doing music for close to 10 years. I know we don't have enough time, but
Oh,
as
no.
we are going home, what would you say is the highlight so far of your career? Something that has really stood out for you or really confirmed that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Okay, me personally, it's just doing my song Umenitosha with Prince KB. I'm not gonna lie. That one and joining Perform Music Incubator and joining HSKE, the label with Mudhoni and Mayonde. Those two things validated me a lot because I had a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah.
But then someone reminded me that you would not be here. It's not by accident.
Yes.
It's not. You've been doing the work, you just didn't see.
Yes.
Sometimes you've been doing the work, you're too hard on yourself, you're not seeing the work that you're putting in. But you're putting in the work. It may not look like how other people, do whatever, how you perceive it, but you are putting in the work. And getting recognition from people like that just made me feel really good. And I hope to continue like that.
2 final questions really quickly. Dream collaboration. Na Blinky Bill akikosa kwa hiyo list tutafight. Na Nikita Kering akikosa kwa hiyo list tutafight. So a dream collaboration, and also where can people catch you on social media? Where can people listen to your music?
Okay.
All of that.
Okay, so locally definitely Blinky. Oh man, I love me some Blinky. I love Nikita, yeah, definitely. Zinnia, Karun. I love them. The R&B babes. I love them so much. Internationally, definitely Beyonce. I mean, who they want to collaborate.
Of course.
Of course. Of course.
Mark Ronson, Calvin Harris. Ooh, Don Jazzy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Black Coffee. I love Zahara. I met her, I sang a song with, sang one of her songs and she saw, and we met, and I always knew that we're going to do a song together. I started writing it actually, and then she passed on.
Yes.
Yes.
I really hope to put it out anyway at some point. So that is still my dream collaboration, even though she's yeah. So I guess for now those are the people I can think of, but I would love to collaborate with everyone.
Socials.
Socials, and where can
you
people
can find me at Polaris Pauline everywhere. At Polaris Pauline. Polaris Pauline. That's it. No underscore, no full stop, no anything.
And your
Polaris
music,
Pauline.
where are we listening to it from?
You can find all my music on like all the DSPs, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, YouTube, kila mahali tu. Anyway, you can find the links on my bio when you go on my socials. Polaris Pauline, you can find everything there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for putting out your music for all the Lulu girls.